Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here with the WWE Survivor Series 2015 talk as we watch the Survivor Series tonight here on the WWE Network. Honestly, I was supposed to have today off. One thing leads to another. I ended up going to a store and working. I had to work really late. I didn't get off until 10 o'clock here on the West Coast, so the pay-per-view's been done for 2.5 hours by the time I've gotten home and I got to start. It's going to be a long night. I got to watch this 3-hour show, and then I got to get to bed because I got to be back at my job at 7 a.m. So I know that some people are out there like, quit your complaining. You're just sitting here watching wrestling. It's not like you're actually doing a second job or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. I honestly thought about skipping Survivor Series, but I decided that I was going to, sit down and I was going to watch the show because I get off tomorrow at 4, and I'm more than likely not going to watch Survivor Series if I sit down and I watch Monday Night Raw, and I really want to know who the champion is, and I did my part. I stayed away from Twitter. I haven't looked at my my mentions. I haven't looked at my timeline, so I'm going to be, fresh going into this and actually seeing what's going down. The opening match of the night after Lillian Garcia sang the national anthem, and it's good that this show is going off without a hitch, without the big ISIS scare that went down this weekend. That was something that I honestly never thought I would ever see in the world of professional wrestling, as some sort of act of terrorism against wrestling fans. First round matchup ended up being Roman Reigns against Alberto Del Rio. Honestly, going into this, Del Rio is probably the one guy on this show that probably nobody picked in any prediction videos to get a win here. He's sort of keeping his spot warm. He's got the United States Championship. It would have been nice to see him sort of build up some steam getting a win, but we did see him win 2 tournament matches against Kalisto and against Stardust in order to get here. Not the biggest names in the world, but everybody knows that he's going to be going up against John Cena at TLC, so we're just counting down until we get there. But they went in there. They had the match. It was a very hard-fought match. Definitely Roman Reigns had to look strong in this match. Roman and Del Rio went back and forth, but Del Rio put a lot of hurt on Roman Reigns. We saw Del Rio thought he got the win twice during this match. Once hitting a backcracker, and then actually pumping the fist like he was going to win. Another time when he faked he had a knee injury, and he was able to get Roman Reigns set up for the spear, and then was able to turn the spear around. But he was celebrating too much, and that's what cost him the 3 count. And definitely, this took Del Rio out of the match, not knowing what he was going to have to do to beat Roman Reigns. It was almost like he got to the point where he didn't think he was going to be able to, but he suckered Roman Reigns into a move on the mat and ended up putting the armbar on. The armbar was on for a long time on Roman Reigns. That's probably the story that they're going to be telling going into the next match, is that his arm is hurt and he's not going to be 100% going into it. So whoever wins the next match between Owens and Dean Ambrose is probably going to have the advantage going in. But I thought it was pretty cool. He had gone for the armbar once earlier in the match, and Reigns was able to sort of use his strength to pick him up and drop him down on his back, and that's what really broke the hold. This time, he went to go pick him up and actually was looking like he was going to throw him out of the ring. He got him over the top rope and was holding it, but Del Rio sort of used his weight and making Roman actually pick him up and hold him, as what was, putting a lot of strain on his arm and making it even worse than the move down on the ground. Finally, Del Rio, after getting a 4 count out of 5, let go, ran around, went for the jumping foot stomp off of the top rope, but Reigns was way too far away. When he missed, he turned around, Roman Reigns hit the spear, got the 1, 2, 3 and a win, and Roman Reigns moves on to the finals.